it. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Welcome to a special edition of Higher Ed Pulse. I'm your host, Mallory Wilsey, and we're live at the 2024 AMA Symposium for the Marketing of Higher Education, bringing you conversations directly from the floor with thought leaders, innovators, and industry changemakers. Let's dive in and check the pulse of what's happening right here at the symposium.
Hello, everyone. So excited to be back with you. We are at the AMA Higher Ed Symposium. I'm joined with Carrie, who first off, we spell it the same way, so we are kindred spirits. We both showed up in pink. But first, tell us your name, your title, all the things.
You know, did we show up in pink the first day too?
We did.
I think you did.
Okay.
So yes, I'm Carrie Pitts-Densmore, and I am the Vice President of Enrollment and Marketing at Johnston Community College in Smithfield, North Carolina, near Raleigh.
Very, very nice. So fun fact is I have family in Raleigh, and I know exactly where Smithfield is.
Well, we'll have to have you come visit.
I would absolutely love that, but only if I get Carolina barbecue out of the deal.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
Perfect. So let's jump right in. One of the things that I know you are really interested in, and it's a passion area of mine as well, is this idea that AI is here. And so as leaders, we have to figure out how to create systems and processes that allow our teams to do that work and feel empowered to do that work. Talk to me about how you're thinking about that.
Yeah, so I think it's really important for your senior leadership, so in my case, it's the president and the other vice presidents, to be on board with this is happening. We're going to embrace it. It's not going anywhere. And I think that a lot of our faculty are coming around to that as well. And of course, we've already implemented some things within our staff, especially on my teams. So we were lucky in the sense that the CRM that we chose to use came with some AI capability. A year and a half ago is when we started it. We right away implemented the AI chatbot. That was one of the first things we did. And then, of course, I was excited about the Copilot writing and all the things it can do for you in terms of communications and helping you put out volume. But I had no idea how rapidly this was going to change and go. And so today, literally today, this afternoon, our AI phone answering service was set up.
How cool. Tell me how that works.
So it is also similar to our chatbot.
Yeah.
It's connected to the same system, and people will be able to call the number, which actually is, we're going to give them the option to speak with a person at our Student Success Center, which is our one-stop shop for student care and student success. We're going to give them the option to speak with a person, but also the option to speak with our AI assistant in either English or Spanish. And, we have really not been able to serve our Spanish-speaking community as we should. We're an emerging Hispanic institution, and we're piecing together, pulling people from different places to come help them. And to have this tool without hiring someone to do that, because we cannot hire someone at this time, although I would love to, it's just phenomenal. And that's not the only language it speaks. We just wanted to give that option right off the top.
I think something that you said is that I picked up on is, as a senior leader, as someone at that cabinet level, we see this and we can't be afraid of it. We have to see it as the way that it's going to help us deal with the staffing challenges that we face, sometimes the workload challenges that we face. So how are you messaging that to your teams? Because for teams, sometimes I think they're hearing maybe a scarier message. And so how are you helping them realize and be on board with the conversation that this is going to be a value add for us all?
Right. So I actually started introducing it in small groups. So we started with a core team that we were implementing the CRM, and then I started pulling in other groups of people where I see this can help you with your processes. So we actually had this one continuing education program. And we had met with them recently to talk about some of the processes that they go through in registering a student, because I thought, I think we can really help you. I think we can automate a lot of this stuff. And then you have not free time, but freed up time to help your students to teach your classes and not worry about those sort of checklist items, right? So we kind of showed it to them, and they were so afraid. But I saw the panic on their faces, and I said, wait, we're going to do all this for you. Don't think that you're going to have to learn this. You are going to have to do this. We just want to talk through your processes with you so that we know that we're doing the right thing, that you have everything you need from your students. Yeah. And we need your help in doing that. But you don't have to learn this technology per se. Now, there's going to be a piece of it where they're going to love it once they get into it, but like texting students and emailing and things like that. But then, the more we talked about it and the more I talked about how it was going to free them up with some of these processes, one person said, but what if we're not needed anymore? And I said, oh, no, you are very much needed, very much. I just want to streamline this for you so that you can worry about the important things you need to worry about.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we talk about, especially in change management theory, if you look at Cotter, you look at Lewin's, like they both cover it in different ways. But this idea of building momentum, that you sometimes have to, get that core group together, get a group on board, whether that's a task force, ambassadors, whomever, but get momentum built and then celebrate that so that other people start to see this being part of the bigger process. And I'm wondering if you're to the point that you're starting to see that momentum is building and now other folks are coming to the table wanting to be part of what's happening.
Yes. The more that we do these small kind of training sessions, the more people start to realize how this does help them and help the student and help our school. And they tell other people, this is really great and I really love it. Now, I'm not going to lie. We have had some kinks along the way. I really try to encourage people to look at the bigger picture rather than this one thing was broken today. Because no matter what system we use, and we all use some kind of broken systems, you're going to have those times where you've got a glitch. Yep. Technology can go down. You can have your internet go down, your email, right? But when you really take a look at it from 30,000 feet, how is this overall helping the student? And here's the thing, too. What you said about not being afraid of it is my motto. Do not be afraid. You can't mess it up.
Shifting gears, AI has certainly been a conversation here at AMA. There has been a lot of different sessions, a lot of folks here looking and thinking about that in different ways. What have you found energizing or maybe something you're excited about to try next? I'm just curious what you've seen and what keeps you excited about it.
Yeah, I think that, just the rapid change of it and trying to stay on top of it, there are some things that I still don't know. And I realize that every time I come to a conference, especially where design is concerned. I don't really do a lot of design, but I see how I can implement that into presentations and things like that across campus. We do a lot of, like I said, training. And so how can I use that to help my own presentations look better and things like that? And the design for the students and the communications as well. So yeah, every time I come, I think, oh gosh, there's so much more I have to learn. And that is what I was thinking about earlier, is that I have been doing your lessons in leadership, and I have really enjoyed it, and that change management theory. And, I think that sometimes you, as a leader, you do parts and pieces of those things, but don't actually connect them to a theory. So I've really enjoyed that too. And it's helping me a lot with the changes that we are going through, which is so fast. And we have to realize that our students are using it as well. They're not going to stop. And we have to, instead of, discouraging it, show them how to do it in an ethical way, and possibly evaluate them in a different way than we have before.
You're so right. Leadership, and one of the things that I loved about that course and about leadership in general is I feel like sometimes as a leader, I never got the training that I should have gotten all the time. And so I was just doing the best I could and trying to do right by people. And I think that's important. But once you understand leadership theory, you start to look at situations differently, and you start to instead of taking just your gut check response or result, you start to say, wait, the model says this is the way I need to think about this, and this is how I need to frame that. I feel like it just gives you a lot more resource.
It actually does. And I really wish that I had been in the course before we did all these changes, because you do have to have a visionary leader. You do have to have someone who's not afraid to make decisions and not afraid to jump in and do it. It's okay to be a little cautious about what's happening. But when you're sort of crippled by the fear of what could happen, nothing's ever going to change. And I call it twatty, the way we've always done it. We can't do it the way we've always done it.
I am taking that with me, twatty. You heard it here first, everyone. That is it for this one. We greatly appreciate Carrie. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to share with us at AMA about AI, change management, and leadership.
Thank you.
The Higher Ed Pulse is part of the Enrollify podcast network. If you like this podcast, chances are you'll like other Enrollify shows too. Our podcast network is growing by the month, and we've got a plethora of marketing, enrollment, and higher ed technology shows that are jam-packed with stories, ideas, and frameworks, all designed to empower you to be a better higher ed professional. Our show helps higher ed marketers and admission pros find their next big idea and features a selection of the industry's best as your hosts. Learn from Brian Gross, Eddie Francis, Jenny Lee Fowler, and so many of your favorite leaders in higher ed. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the next generation AI student engagement platform, helping institutions create meaningful and personalized interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com.